One of the many oddities of the absent real winter in Minnesota has been tapped. Maple trees, many of them have sap ready to flow. And several of you have noticed this and are asking, oh my, is it okay to do this? Is it still going to work? Well, the short answer is yes, you're good to go. Over at the Arboretum, they're tapping those trees, they say, earlier than they ever have, a full month, if not 6 weeks ahead of schedule. Here's Heidi with the story.
At the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum, horticulturist Richard DeVries sometimes forgets it's not spring just yet.
When you remind yourself that it's February 5 today, it's pretty crazy.
A warmer winter
These are all sugar maples.
meant tapping into a tradition early.
We looked at the 10-day forecast again and we decided, well, we might as well start tapping because, I don't know, this might be it. It might just get warm now and winter's over.
The Arboretum started tapping approximately 400 sugar maple trees on January 31st.
You need the fluctuating temperatures that it freezes at night and warm during the day, and then the tree will build up pressure. And as long as it does that, it will just keep giving sap.
One of the ways they collect sap
This is our more modern one.
is through this vacuum system,
We can collect more sap, and it will automatically come down to the sugar house.
a sweet spot.
We get enough sap that we can fill this tank. It's about down to 100 gallon, it's a 175 gallon tank. From there, it automatically feeds into the evaporator.
The evaporator boils down the sap coming out of the roof as steam. It can evaporate about 80 gallons per hour.
You boil it until all the sugar stays behind. The sugar's caramelized on the fire, and that's what turns it brown. It comes in, we have about 2% of sugar in the sap, and then once it runs through the machine, we'll have 66.5% sugar in the syrup.
Most years they start cooking in March. Last year it was March 9th. This year,
This will be a beautiful March day.
February 2nd.
And this is definitely the earliest we've ever cooked.
With data starting in 1986, it's their earliest syrup season on record.
Usually we get March and April. This year we might get February and March, but maybe we might still be cooking in April.
Last year they made a record-breaking 180 gallons of syrup.
So 0 is the boiling temperature of water, and then 7 is the boiling temperature of syrup.
With their first batch,
Then we have a hydrometer, which we can float in there.
they still have a few degrees to go.
It's not quite syrup yet.
Each tree releases about 10 gallons of sap per season. Richard says they're fine if temps dip down again, but if they go too high,
When the trees start budding out, then we can't use the sap anymore. So that's really the end of the season, is when the trees are starting to leave out.
it's why he's encouraging others to tap in early too.
You don't know what the weather's going to do. It might just warm up in March, and this might be it. This might be spring. So, yeah, I would start tapping.
Now, eventually, all that syrup ends up at the Arboretum Gift and Garden Store. It takes about 40 gallons of sap to produce 1 gallon of syrup. Jana.
And Heidi, I know this is a question that people that know what they're talking about ask. Is this just sugar maples or any other trees?
Yeah, Janet. So they also have a few black walnut trees that get tapped for sap as well, and it uses the same process.
So they said you're good to go if you try this at home?
Yes, they did.
All right, thanks so much, Heidi.